The Boruto writers had some sort of event. I'm not even completely sure what exactly the event was. You guys are gonna have to forgive me for my ignorance on that topic, but they did talk about Boruto in 2019, and we did hear a lot about some things that we do want to hear about, especially when it comes to Boruto and Kawaki, which was the focal point of what Ikimoto was talking about. Now, supposedly, I do have to say this was the Jump Fest Boruto Super Stage, and by the way, this speech was actually translated by Organic Dinosaur. She's like the queen of Boruto as of right now. If you guys haven't followed her on Twitter, she tweets out a lot of spoils about Boruto, and sometimes she tweets out some spoils about other anime. And if you guys did follow Jump Fest while I was gone, I will be talking about Kishimoto's new manga, because that right there looks amazing. I do have to talk about it, and as far as if I will review it, you guys are gonna have to find out when I do talk about that in the actual video. But going on to what Ikimoto actually said about Boruto in 2019. Now, I do want to be specific. This first quarter right here is going to be from the manga of Boruto. Now, going into what Ikimoto actually said, he said, well, I'll talk about a few things from here on out about the Boruto series. From onward now, it'll revolve around Boruto and the mysterious boy Kawaki and their battles. They'll become even more intense. Various ninjutsu and scientific tools will be appearing. I'll make everyone surprised by the developments. I'll be depicting struggles to the death so unprecedented, you'll never see something like them again. So please look forward to it. Next year in 2019, please anticipate a high active role for not only Boruto, but also Kawaki from now on. Even though this might be too soon to say Happy New Year, and I do have to say Happy New Year to you guys as well. Now, this was a lot of stuff from Ikimoto. Now, to be honest, I really did not expect this to come out from Ikimoto at a Jump Fest. In my opinion, I thought he was going to give a very conservative opinion about Boruto, just like Kodachi did. And I'll definitely get into what Kodachi said in a few minutes. If you guys don't know, Kodachi basically handles the anime. Now, Ikimoto came out and he said all the right things. This is definitely everything that the Boruto viewers want to see, especially in terms of an anime perspective. But sadly, this is only the manga as of right now. One thing that I do have to say from this, and I'm sorry for the side of the fans out there, I think Ikimoto probably just like confirmed like, hey, Kawaki is now the second main character to Boruto. You know, some of you guys might be like, oh, we already know that, but I know some of the Sarada hardcore fans out there, they love them some Sarada, but I think this right here actually confirms that Kawaki will actually be one of the strongest guys. Now, I do think that these are a little bit of spoilers, mainly because it does say that Boruto and Kawaki will kind of be together. Now, in my opinion, I feel like this means that Kawaki is probably not going to be taken for a long, extended period of time, because if you guys have been reading up on the Boruto manga, and these are a little bit spoiler alerts, but there is a situation where Delta, a member of the Kata organization, is about to steal Kawaki or kidnap Kawaki back from Naruto. Now, obviously, because of the comments that Ikimoto just said, we can't expect Naruto to A, watch Delta, or B, release Kawaki and take back Kawaki within a few chapters. Now, of course, this is something a lot of people do want to see, mainly because it has one of the biggest draws to Boruto, and it's going to be the Karma Seal. Of course, Boruto and Kawaki have basically dedicated the past few chapters to learning about the Karma Seal. And of course, this is very much important character development in terms of the Karma Seal. How good are they going to be with the Karma Seal? As of right now, I'm pretty sure everybody here knows Boruto still doesn't even know how to activate the Karma Seal, which is definitely a big problem if he does get into a situation where he actually needs the Karma Seal and he can't activate it. So I feel like all these things are going to iron out all the kinks with Boruto and him actually knowing about the Karma Seal. So in the future, it's going to be like second nature to Boruto in terms of how to use the Karma Seal. Now, Ikimoto said multiple things. He said that he's going to be depicting struggles to the death so unprecedented, you'll never see something like them again. I don't necessarily know if he was just trying to rile up the crowd or something like that, but those are some huge claims. If this is the situation, I do feel like the manga of Boruto could possibly bring this to the table. It's going to be a bright year for Boruto manga-wise. And I do have to say, you guys have a lot to look forward to. Now, going forward to what Kodachi actually said now, this is a very much more conservative approach. He of course, is the speaker of the anime, speaking for the anime and what the anime is supposed to come in 2019. So without further ado, let's get into what he exactly said. He says, thanks to everyone, Boruto series has gained worldwide popularity. I'm super happy to hear that. Not only to everyone else, thanks to Kishimoto Sensei and Ikimoto Sensei, and to all the people who gather here today to have all these passionate fans. Thank you so much. As for the Boruto series from now onward, from the basis of amazing ideas that I've received from Kishimoto-san, we'll keep accelerating into an even more amazing direction. From the options that I've received about the storyline, I've shouted, whoa, that's interesting, and practically leaped out of my chair. You'll certainly enjoy it. With the coordination of everybody on the anime staff, we'll do our best in 2019 too. Now, that was the end of the quote. Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to talk about for this. I do want to get into the fact that Kodachi didn't necessarily get into any specifics. I feel like Kodachi couldn't necessarily follow up what Ikimoto said, mainly because Ikimoto was selling his dream about Kawaki and Boruto, and also how we're going to get to see some fighting scenes that we've never seen before, new ninjutsu, new scientific tools, a whole bunch of stuff that everybody's excited for. And of course, I just feel like Kodachi had to be a little bit vague right here. And of course, I do have to say this because I know a lot of you guys are not liking what the anime is doing right now. In my opinion, I feel like the anime is definitely going to be much better in 2019, man, because there's a lot more interesting arcs to look forward to. You have the Urashiki arc, you have the introduction of Kawaki, things like that. I feel like there's a lot more to look forward to in this year, but I just don't feel like Kodachi could have probably followed up what Ikimoto actually had to say about Kawaki and Boruto. But not only that, I do feel like the anime is more of like a hot commodity. It's more easily consumed. And of course, if he spoils a big part, a lot of the fan base won't be completely happy about that. So I just feel like Kodachi did this to be as safe as possible. Is it a good idea? I think it is, but it does give some fans out there some pause about how good Boruto anime of 2019 can really be. Now, in my opinion, as I said earlier, I feel like Kawaki will be introduced to Boruto in 2019, and it's going to be different from what everybody thinks it's going to be. Now, there's a quote from Kishimoto. I can't really say it word for word, mainly because I don't really have it in front of my face, but he said something along the lines of the manga is going to be like continually adapting into the anime, but it's going to be seamless. And he explained it in a way where the anime has already been going. For example, we've seen scenes from the manga, we've seen things like that already, but it happens very differently. And a great example of that is the Boruto Chunin exam. And I know a lot of you guys probably didn't read the Boruto Chunin exam in the manga, so I'm going to give you guys a much better explanation. But if you guys look at the Chunin exam for the anime and the manga, I mean, it's a night and day. Almost everything is different. Of course, point A and point B is so much similar in terms of Boruto beating Momoshiki, but how they got there is completely different. For example, Boruto isn't depicted with his eye dojutsu in the manga. Boruto and Mitsuki and Sada don't fight Shigadai in an epic battle in the manga, multiple things like that. But one of the more popular parts about how different these two could possibly be is, for example, in the manga, there's two people talking about who actually put this guy right here. I forgot his name. I think his name is Katasuki. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, by the way, but there is a debate about who actually put this guy into a genjutsu. Now, we originally thought that the person was going to be Ao. We thought Ao put this guy into a genjutsu, mainly because that is what the manga said. But in the anime, we've seen another character called Kashin Koji put Ao into a genjutsu. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of differences like that. I don't think it's going to be subtle. I feel like it's going to be whole arcs being changed upside down. But the change should be seamless and it should benefit the anime a lot more. For example, one of the biggest arcs for Boruto manga is the first arc where we actually seen Boruto activate his Karma Seal. This was before he met Kawaki. This is before everything. This is right on the cusp of the Kawaki arc. Now, he activated his Karma Seal on a mission that no one was really interested on. This was during the part where everybody didn't like the Boruto manga, which was amazing in itself, but no one really liked the Boruto manga, and out of nowhere, Boruto got his Karma Seal. Now, I'm pretty sure the writers probably understand, hey, the Boruto fans didn't necessarily react the best, and I think it was called the Mugen Bandit arc. The audience didn't necessarily react the best to this arc, so we're probably going to change up this arc. We're probably going to make it a different plot in this arc, but we're still going to have Boruto activate his Karma Seal in this arc, and it's going to lead into the Kawaki arc. Things like that can definitely change in terms of the adaptation of the manga and the Boruto anime, and I feel like that's one of the biggest differences in terms of Boruto and Naruto, because if you guys remember, whatever happened to the Naruto manga, it happened to the Naruto anime, and I feel like they have pretty much evolved from this old ideology. I feel like overall it's better, man, because it keeps the Boruto viewers on its toes. I mean, no one exactly knows how this is going to be introduced. No one knows exactly how they're going to get from point A to point B. We just know the exact goal and what's going to happen, but the process is going to be much more interesting. But one of the last things I want to talk about is going to be super quick is that, you know, Kodachi kind of hinted to the fact that he kind of takes ideas from other people, and it's kind of interesting, man, because there's multiple things in the series that I'm pretty sure gained a lot of steam, and Kodachi probably thought like, hey, that would be interesting to kind of hint at or tease. If you guys think about it, I mean, there's multiple, like for example, this Boruto and Sumire kind of connection. I'm pretty sure at first he probably didn't think, hey, Boruto and Sumire could possibly have something going. But of course, after he heard all the crowd outrage, he probably thought, hey, I should implement some Borosumi type of stuff. And not only that, one of the biggest ones is, of course, Jiraiya and Kashin Koji, that connection, because as of right now, Ikimoto's completely trolling, and I know Kodachi isn't Ikimoto, but it's just that I'm pretty sure the Boruto writers do have some sort of influence from the outside world, or it's just me having a big head and me possibly saying like, hey, I'm influencing the Boruto writers or something like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But I do have to ask you guys, what do you guys think about Boruto 2019? I definitely feel like it's going to be interesting, and it's a lot to look forward to going into 2019. But let me know what you guys think. But it's me, your boy Barbie, and we out.
It's a knife.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual, no high cholesterol. Where's Jenny Craig? Bitch, just get sexual.